Good day everyone, my name is Kenneth Chendel Cochano, a sophomore student at Marikina Polytechnic College, taking a course of Bachelor Technical Vocational Education, major in Food and Service Management. So for today's video, I'm gonna discuss to you on how we gonna make a session plan using TESDA Regulations curriculum. So let's begin. So first, we need to download the curriculum on TESDA Regulation. We need to search it on Google and download the files. This. So just put on the curriculum that you need to make. So in my base, my professor and subject teacher gave me the topic of our unit of competency, automotive and land transportation, and sector, automotive servicing, electrical repair, and C2. So after you download the file, you need to make this one. Yes. So my topic was in basic competency, titled work in team environment. That's my competency. And so these are the content of session plan. So first is sector, qualification title, unit of competency, module title, learning outcomes, introduction, learning activities, assessment plan, and teacher self-reflections. So first is the sector. So my curriculum was in basic competency. It was in page 12. So it was in the second competency. 1, 2. It was in the second competency. So to get the sector in session plan, we gonna copy paste in the first page, behind the front logo of the page. It was under under the logo of the front page, like this automotive and land transport sector. That was the sector we needed for our sector in session plan. Then in qualification title, we used the above title on the front page, or this, the automotive servicing, electrical repair, and C2. That was our qualification title, or the title of our curriculum. So in the title of in our unit of competency was on the competency that we need to make. These are the competencies. Just copy paste the title in competency, then put it on your session plan. Unit of competency is working. So my unit of competency is work in team environment. So just copy paste that and put it on the plan that you make. Then module title, you're just gonna replace the first letter of the first words of your unit of competency to make a module title. So I just replace the word work in my unit of competency, make it a working in team environment. So that's the module title. Then next, learning outcomes. So our so you can see the learning outcomes in the elements. These are our learning outcomes for our session plan. we see the elements 1, 2, 3. So our learning outcomes will be LO1, LO2, and LO3. Means learning outcome 1, learning outcome 2, learning outcome 3. So our first learning outcomes is describe team role and scope. So let's see if that's correct in the elements. So they are the same. Describe team role and scope. Identify one's role and responsibility within a team and work as a team. So let's see if they are the same. Identify one role's responsibility within a team and work as a team member. So that's correct. So let's proceed to introduction. So introduction, you can see introduction in the curriculum or in the competency here, unit descriptor. That will be your, this will be your introduction on your session plan. This unit covers the skill, knowledge, and attitudes to identify one's roles and responsibilities as a member of a team. So that will be your introduction. So learning activities, let's proceed. So learning activities will we will get that in our learning outcomes. So our learning activities, first is learning outcomes number 1. So describe the team role and scope. So in our learning activities, there are 5 contents that present the learning activities. So learning content, methods, presentation, practices, feedbacks, resource, and time. So first is learning content. So learning content, that will be, you can see that in performance criteria or italicized terms. This will be your learning content. So first content is role and objective of the team. So we can see that in the performance criteria. The role and objective of the team is identified from available source of information. You just don't need to put all the paragraph or sentence. Just you can use the highlighted words or sentence, or you can just make a questions out of this sentence or paragraphs. So based on the first performance criteria, so my first learning content is role and objective of the team, that available from source of information. So that will be my learning content. So here in so let's proceed in methods. So here in methods, this will be your this will be the way, or the way or methods that you use to present this learning content, or how you gonna use this to teach your student about this learning content. So in my point of view, I use view PowerPoint presentation or lecture as a method to present this learning content. Also modular or based learning, or books that they can read to know this learning content. Then in presentation, this will be the this was presentation is, you can use the presentation on the power by using your methods too. So these two are connected to each other, the methods and presentation. So if your methods is PowerPoint, so they need to view that PowerPoint and to read that information. If you use modular, so they are interconnected to each other, the methods and presentation. So in practices, This will be the how the students give their insights or their knowledge about the existing or the lesson that they talking about. So in feedbacks, this the teacher's feedback or how the teacher gonna evaluate the answer of the students based on the learning practices that he or she gave. Then under resources, these are the materials or the materials that the teacher or the professor need to present the learning content. Then last is the time. On the time, uh, if you want to get the exact time of all the learning content, you just need to follow the steps. So here in to get the time needed for our competency. So in every competency there are distinctive or a time that needed for that certain competency. So in the competency that I make, it need to have a 37 hours to take. So in that so I divide that 37 hours into my learning content. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 learning content. So I divide that 37 hours and then partially divided it by one. So I get 1 hour and 30 minutes for every learning content that I will consume on the day of discussions. So that's all.